We are live. We are live from the car, actually. Wow, this is a first. This is indeed a first. Big up to everybody watching. It's your boy Dom, guys. Drama, 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 drama. God damn. Oh man, what a World Cup, man! What a special World Cup! What a special World Cup! I actually need gas too. I hope I could get home. I've been neglecting my car. I've been neglecting everything, man, for this World Cup. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna ride home. Hopefully, happened. My car connected to my car connected to the phone, and it caused it to freeze up. So hopefully we don't freeze as we drive home. But big up to everybody, man. God damn, what a World Cup we're having, and this group, man, Group H. Group H have just thrown up another twist. Suarez, man. Suarez. But yeah, guys, the reason why it froze just now is because it connected to my car for some reason. I don't know why it does that. You know, I need to disconnect my phone from the car because it does some weird things. You know what I'm saying? It really does. But I do have my phone on Do Not Disturb, so no one, if any call comes in, it won't disturb the whole stream. But big up to everybody, man. Big up to Demo, Dre, Bettel. Who else you got in here? Angel FC, Irvin Vita, MVP Kev, bro. Hard luck, man. Hard luck. Ghana, they had it, but they just shot the bed. You know what I'm saying? But at least Ghana could say, hey, man, we took down Suarez and Uruguay with us. So, as my fellow creator, Have Hope Hut said, big up to Have Hope, by the way. Have Hope said, the best word to describe this is bittersweet. Bittersweet. And it must have been a bittersweet moment for Ghanaian fans and the Ghanaian players because they went out, but Uruguay also went out too. So not like they lost and at their expense, Uruguay went through. You know what I'm saying? So at least there's a little poetic justice there. Not a little, there's a whole lot of poetic justice. There's a whole lot of karma that came into play with Uruguay exiting the World Cup. So look, we're going to talk about both games. We are going to talk about both games at the same time, right? And as you guys take the journey with me to my humble abode, and I'm going to attempt to do something for the first time. I'm going to attempt to go live in the car, drive home, and go straight into the studio and continue the live stream from there. That'll be sick, man. I wonder if I could pull it off. But anyways, I already have it mapped out in my head, though. But look, the other game is what knocked Uruguay out. South Korea, I cannot believe this. I had condemned South Korea to the pits of football hell, right? And South Korea unbelievably defeated, well, let's say, a changed Portuguese team. You know what I'm saying? Because that team was changed up. And you can't really blame teams for changing up the 11 that much on the third day, because if you're going into the next round, you would want to see what you have available. You would want to give some other players a run out so that in case you need them, they would have already acclimatized and, you know, they have some minutes under their belt, right? So you can't say, oh, why are you making so many changes? I did predict that Portugal would make a couple changes. I did predict that. I knew they would make a couple changes. And they made, I think, 5 to 6 changes. South Korea made 3 changes because they had to tweak their team. They had to bring in Lee Kang in, of course. Kim Min-jae, he was injured. They took out Kwan, and they brought in another player. I can't really keep track of these South Korean names at all, though. But look, you got to give credit to South Korea. Let's talk about that game first. We'll talk about the Ghana-Uruguay after. It's kind of hot in here, though. I need to lower the temperature because I have on, this is a winter World Cup. That's why I'm dressed in winter gear, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It is weird. You know, 100 years from now, somebody watching this video would be like, hey, mommy, why is he wearing winter clothes? And it's the World Cup. Well, son, that was a winter World Cup, okay? Just know. But look, guys, the South Korea game, I didn't predict them to win. I predict them to lose the match 3-0, I think, because I knew Ronaldo would play. I know that Portugal, they would rotate, but they wouldn't be weakened too much by the rotation. And be fair to Portugal, they played well in the first half. You know what I'm saying? They created chances. They had fluidity, unlike that French team that Didier Deschamps changed up. There was actually no fluidity to that team, and they lost to Tunisia. But this Portuguese team actually looked good for most part of the game, right? But of course, the team is weakened, and that always gives South Korea a look in. It always gives them a lifeline, right? Always. Where's this guy going, man? Always give. Big up to everybody watching the stream. Oh, man. These New Yorkers drive so crazy, man. But yeah, they always give South Korea a lifeline, and they put out one of their best teams. And you got to give it up to Paulo Bento, who managed the Portuguese team in the past, coming up against the country that, you know, he's from, where he was born. He was banned for this game after protesting the Ghana game where they didn't get the corner there late in that match. And he was actually watching from the stands, controlling things from the stands most likely. And South Korea did it. But they had to do it the hard way. I think they were actually inspired by Japan. They had to be inspired by Japan because it's a similar way that Japan won 2 of their games against heavyweight teams. And South Korea, who won the last game of the 2018 World Cup against Germany, came into this World Cup, did well against Uruguay, performed admirably against Ghana, but couldn't come back through those Chogu goals. And in this game, they never give up. They never give up, even after going down Dallo to Ricardo Horta, Portuguese team up 1-0. I was like, here we go, man. Here we go, like Fabrizio Romano. Portugal going to run away and take 9 points in the group. So far, guys, no team have taken 9 points in the group. Only Brazil could actually do that. Are they going to do it? We have the game coming up around, you know, in a whatever time it is. My clock is blocked out right now because I have like a Juventus beanie underneath my phone holder so that it don't vibrate or anything. So we get some good footage going on here. But big up to everybody. Big up to the obvious girl, Marcel in the house, Mattia Burlich. Big up to Pacharo. Everybody in the house, man. Big up to y'all. You know what I mean? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Demo, everybody dropping by. Appreciate you guys. I can't read any comments right about now. I'm just seeing the names across the screen. You know what I mean? Because I'm driving. But I am driving slow, and I am driving carefully. You know, but I figured I'll do something a bit creative today. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making videos and sitting in my car and then driving home, I said, why not drive home live? Finish the live stream at home. I don't know what time it will be. And maybe even have enough time to do my 2 previews for the round of 16 matches tomorrow, and then enough time to catch the games that start at 2. Let's see how it works. This won't be a super long live stream. The one after that will be a long live stream, guys. So make sure you come back for that one. But South Korea, after going down, they did end up getting that equalizer from a set piece. And that was that ball into the box, came off of Ronaldo's back. And the defender, Kim, who had to go off a bit later through injury, smashed in. Nice goal. He was first to the ball. He stayed switched on. South Korea equalized. Once the South Korea game was 1-1, and South Korea were on 2 points, with Portugal on 7, Portugal were always, South Korea were always in the running to advance to the round of 16. You got to give them a lot of credit. They stayed in the game, even though Portugal had about 5 shots or so at goal in the first half. Portugal were very inept going forward in the second. They made a lot of changes again. And you got to understand, they made changes because, of course, they want to give players game time and You know, you brought players to the World Cup. You want to give it a hand. Big up to Antonio Silva as well, who partnered Pepe at the back. And, you know, he put in a big block. He put in a big block. He looked good. He's a future. So you have the veteran in Pepe, and then you have the future in Antonio Silva. You know, so South Korea, man. South Korea, the second half, they did what they had to do. They stayed in the game. They stayed switched on. They didn't give up, ever. They didn't let their heads hang because Uruguay were actually winning the other game. South Korea didn't say, oh, boy, we are going out. We got 2 points. Let's give up now. Let's cry. Let's cry and hold our heads down and catch that blue Korean plane back to South Korea. No. They said, hey, man, we're staying here. We're going to fight, and we're going to beat this Portuguese team. And you got to give it up to South Korea. Hwang Hee-chan has not played a minute, I think, in this World Cup before today. Came off the bench. Secret weapon. And on a defensive corner where they were defending the corner, they broke on a counterattack. And it's Portugal, right? They want to win. It's 1-1, so they want to win. They want to commit numbers forward to win, to be perfect, to go into the next round, potentially, basically avoiding a Brazil match in the round of 16, because what if Ghana had won and Portugal had lost and Ghana had a better goal difference? You see? So you could understand why Portugal were actually trying to win the game too. But at that time, they really didn't need to. They were drawing. They should have played some Santos ball, defensive football, and they would have gone on to draw the game and, you know, not do like France and lose. But they did. They did lose the game. What a counterattack by Han Ming-son. Hasn't really done anything all World Cup. Against Ghana, you know, he threatened, he looked good at times, but still nothing. And today, when it was necessary, who comes up clutch? Son on the break. Son with that pass to Chan. And Hwang Hee-chan, brilliant finish past Diego Costa. And South Korea goes on to win the game. Wow. Crazy. Absolute madness. Madness. I was supposed to actually stop by the corner store and buy some beer, you know. So I wonder if I could still do that. Yo, I was supposed to buy some beer for the live stream later, man. I think I should go and pick up the beer still, man. I am going to go pick up the beer. You know what I'm saying? I think I am going to go pick up the beer, man. I'm a park. I don't know. Nah, I'm not going to go pick up the beer. I think I might. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That might affect the live stream because my phone is connected to the car. And when I turn the car off, it might do some bullshit. And I don't want to mess up the stream right now. But I wanted to buy some beer for the live stream later. Man, I'm loving this World Cup, man. I'm loving the World Cup. But the thing is, the crazy thing is, this is where we transition. This is where we segue to the next game. Because even though South Korea had won the game, their game was 7 minutes ahead of the other game because of the lesser first half injury time, right? So South Korea scores in stoppage time through Hwang Hee-chan. Defeat Portugal. Ronaldo disappointed, but Portugal still on top of the group. At that very moment, Luis Suarez and Uruguay are actually on 4 points just as South Korea, a team that they played a 0-0 draw with. In that game, Ghana, I cannot believe this. The ghost of Asamoah Gyan lives on at the World Cup. I mean the football ghost, that retired footballer ghost, right? It's not that he's dead or anything. He's still alive. He's still alive and well. He was playing up to maybe 2 years ago or maybe last year, right? It would have been crazy if he was at the World Cup. But look, big up to everybody in here. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. It has been a ride along of some sort. I'm on my way home from work. And I figured instead of sitting down in the car, why not just drive? I got top premium service with T-Mobile. Why not drive and stream? You know what I'm saying? Are you guys enjoying the stream so far? Let me know if you enjoy this. I don't want to make this a habit because this is dangerous because I got to keep my eyes on the road. But maybe it's not. Maybe I could just keep my eyes on the road and not pay attention to you guys and just talk. That's something I could do. But sometimes when you hit traffic, there's congestion, so the signal is like all over the place, right? But look, Ghana with that penalty. I do think that was a penalty. Roche taking down Kudos after the save from that shot. I think that was Jordan Ayew with the shot. And VAR took long to deliberate that penalty. Eventually was given, and I think that was the right decision. I was happy for Ghana because I wanted them to have their revenge on Uruguay, right? And with everybody standing on the penalty spot, maybe from preventing Uruguay from scuffing it up. And the thing is, I can't believe Suarez of all people was protesting. Suarez has absolutely no shame, no dignity. You know what I'm saying? He's a heartless guy because him of all persons should have just sat back and just left it alone. Don't do anything. You see what I mean? Let me just stay out of that. But no, of course he got to push in his freaking face and try to protest, right? After what he did 12 years ago, he should have just stood back and just say, hey, man, guys, let it play out. Let it play out. But Andre freaking Ayew, man. God damn. How the hell do you take such a horrible penalty? And I think at that time the South African fans were probably celebrating and backing Uruguay because they themselves feel like they should have been given the opportunity to be at the World Cup. But, you know, Ghana got a dubious penalty during the qualifiers and they scored it. Was it Andre Ayew that scored that penalty too? I can't even remember. Or was it Thomas Partey? But why didn't someone else take the freaking penalty though? Why didn't someone else take the penalty? Andre Ayew had to be the one to take this damn penalty, right? And that has to be one of the worst penalties I have ever seen in my entire life. That has to be worse than the Simone Zaza penalty of Euro 16. That was a terrible penalty, man. That was a terrible, terrible, terrible penalty. You know what I'm saying, guys? This thing might freeze up. I'm about to get off of the get out of the car. Don't know what it will do. Of course. What happened in there? Yeah. Of course, when I came out the car, it froze up a little. I hate that connection to the car messing up with my damn phone. But anyways, man. Anyways, I dropped my scarf. But anyways, look. I'm out of the car. I'm heading in the house right now. And look, we're talking about the game. Andre Ayew. Andre Ayew. What kind of freaking penalty was that, man? What kind of penalty was that, Andre Ayew? But you got to give Roche a lot of credit, though. That was a good save. But the penalty was awful. I think it was a worse penalty than it was a good save. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible penalty. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the boys in the house. The boys in the house right about now. And I'm home alone. There's nobody else here. And I love the piece. Absolutely love the piece, guys. I'll be in the studio 1 second. Let me take off my my jacket because it's hot, steaming in here. And we're gonna go downstairs. Let me take off. What else could I take off? Yeah, let me take off. Let me take off some more things. Oh man. Yeah, let me change. Let me change. Let me get into some gear right now. You know what I'm saying? All right. What time is it? What time is it? All right. So freaking Andre Ayew, man. God damn, that was a horrible penalty. But look, Roche, give him a lot of credit. Definitely deserves a lot of credit. There's my book. All right. He deserves a lot of credit for that. And I need some water too because I'm gonna be talking and stuff. So your boy's live. He's in the kitchen. Just came from work. I'm heading downstairs to the studio. We'll continue my World Cup 2022 journey. Talking about these games, watching the 2 p.m. matches as well. And big up to everybody in the stream, man. You guys are the real deal, man. What am I gonna do without y'all? What am I gonna do without y'all? What's the channel without you guys? Absolutely nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So, look, we're going to go downstairs. I got myself settled, and we're going to go downstairs, right? We're going to go downstairs. Yeah. All right. Get some lights. All right. All right. Thanks to those who stuck around for the stream. I know it's a bit chaotic. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit chaotic with me coming home from work, you know what I mean, in the car. But it's like a little vlog, right? It's like a little vlog, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's cool. Nobody else does this. It's cool, but we're home. We're home. We are home and we're alive. We're still alive. Look, we're talking about that Andre Ayew penalty. That was horrible. That was horrible indeed. And you got to give Uruguay a lot of credit for bouncing back. But guess what? Andre Ayew kind of switched off, and he made that penalty affected his whole game. And Uruguay went on to score twice. De Ascaeta, after that Suarez shot that was saved by Atizigi. And look, kudos to Atizigi, man. He slotted in as a third choice keeper very, very well. And I got to give him a lot of credit. He got a hand to that. And if the defenders were actually switched on, they could have saved that. You see what I mean? They could have prevented that from going into the back of the net. But of course, they weren't. And it was Georgian De Ascaeta to the ball first, headed in, review, and it was a goal indeed. Suarez, not really an assist, but credited still. He should be credited for that. So, okay. All right. All right, we're home. We're home. We are home. We are home. Let me figure this thing out. Okay. All right. All right. Not so smooth. Not so smooth, guys. Wait. Not so smooth. All right, we're good. We got rid of the first me. We got rid of the first me. We're back. We're back. I got rid of the other me. That was a bit complicated. But we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. We are alive. Let's talk. Let's continue the conversation. Let's continue the conversation, right? Little transition there. Change the device. I'm home now. It's 1:30. We're gonna be live for maybe about 10 more minutes. Okay. Big up to Paul. Big up to Yoshi. Brilliant Beaches, Marcel. Everybody, BLE, everybody in here, man. Yep. MVP kept the defending horrible. They conceded those 2 goals in quick succession. And Suarez involved in a second one. Attack down the left. Baba Rahman. You see, the thing is, right? You got to blame the manager, Otto Addo, as well. Why change a winning formula from the last game? I know Mensah and Lamptey, they did make mistakes that led to goals, but you just flip-flopping. Why are you flip-flopping like that? You're bringing in Baba Rahman back in the team for what? Flip-flopping all the time. And they have to be blamed because Ghana needed only a draw, and all they needed to do was play tight, get the draw, and they would have moved on ahead of South Korea. They would have moved on. They would have had a better goal difference that or more goals scored than South Korea. They messed up. They allowed Uruguay back in the game. Uruguay punished them. Uruguay did what they needed to do. They didn't concede, and they scored twice. But then again, you have to question the Uruguay's manager's decisions as well, not leaving Suarez on the field in the whole context of the game and the history between the two clubs. You would want Suarez to just say, hey, this could be the final game. Just play out the entire 90. Have him, Cavani, Darwin Núñez on the field at the same time. Because all Uruguay needed was one goal. They needed one goal. They would have overtaken South Korea on goal difference, and they would have qualified and gone on to play Brazil instead of South Korea. But Uruguay just couldn't get that goal, and Ghana were actually very dangerous in transition as well, where Rocher had to make some big saves. Listen, man, give it up to Mohamed Kudus. That is one hell of a footballer, man. Mohamed Kudus is one hell of a footballer. And I have to criticize the Ghanaian manager as well for not giving Kamaldeen Sulemania more time on the field, because he is another one. If you had Sulemania and you had Kudus on the field at the same time, it could have been something totally different. You see? But Ghana got something to work with for the future. You see? And I did underestimate the team for the 2022 World Cup in terms of the qualifiers and even at the World Cup. And I think they represented themselves very well. So I give Ghana a whole lot of credit. And they should go home with their heads held high and not, too much disappointment, because at least they can say, we're not going through, but those guys in sky blue, they're not going through either. Both of us are going home. And that must feel good. That must indeed feel good. At least that's something they could joke around about. You see what I mean? And have a little laugh. Because, to be honest, guys, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100%. I'm glad South Korea went ahead instead of Uruguay. Nothing against Uruguay. It's just the whole story, I feel, is just better for what South Korea did, representing Asia. It's an Asian World Cup, and a third Asian team, from the AFC, a third AFC team gets into the round of 16, right? And Uruguay go home, and that's another big team, another former World Cup winner, knocked out. So we had some big casualties. Uruguay, we had Germany, we had Belgium, we had Denmark. So we have something to talk about. You see what I mean? And there's a story now, an underdog story that could continue in South Korea, in Japan, in Morocco, in Senegal. You see what I mean? And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. This World Cup has to be one of the best ones I've actually watched, because I started in 98. All my World Cups have been 32-team World Cups, right? I started in 98, 2002, 06. The first World Cup in America was 06. Two World Cups I watched in St. Vincent, and from 06, 2010, 14. At my current job, I watched the 2014, 2018, and now the 2022 World Cup. So, this has been the best one. I've never seen this kind of drama in the group phase in any of the previous World Cups, where there's so many twists, so many turns. And guys, I believe there could be more coming up in about 25 minutes time. There could be more. But it was very satisfying to see Luis Suarez cry. Very, very satisfying, I have to say. Look, it's like, as I said, a bittersweet moment, as Have Hope said, because just watching Suarez cry just feels good. You see what I mean? Give it up to guys at Valverde. They tried. But Suarez was crying like a baby. I mean, just crying. And listen, look, I've never went to a World Cup playing football, right? But if you guys don't know, when I was a little younger, I went to a cricket World Cup before. When I was 19, I actually played in a cricket World Cup before for the USA. And I know how it feels to be at a world event, right? I used to play cricket, guys, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that one right now. You know, so I know how it feels to be at a world event and the passion, and I've seen guys cry when they lose, but I'm not a crier though. I am not a crier. I don't cry. It's just something about me that I don't cry. But it was nice to see Suarez crying. You see what I mean? But you could just tell what this World Cup means, man. You know, you could just the reason why is it satisfying to see Suarez cry? Because he's the villain of the 2010 World Cup against Ghana. So it's just satisfying to see him cry. You see what I'm saying? And he's not a good human being. He's just not. And that's just my opinion. So it was good watching him cry and bawl his eyes out. You see? Because that was karma getting him 12 years later. Biting people, being racist, being disgusting on the field. He deserves everything that he got there. Everything. Last World Cup, bye-bye. You see, I know it sounds harsh, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Remember back in 2010 when he swatted that ball out of the net? Remember when he swatted the ball out the net and then Asamoah Gyan missed the penalty? You saw Suarez's reaction? Okay, and you're not happy that, listen, you're not happy that this guy is feeling pain right now? Come on. Come on. You know what I mean? So, big up to Angel who said, Dom, I play cricket for Merseyside, West Indies in Liverpool. Yeah, man. But I don't watch cricket anymore. Cricket's boring, man. Demo, what's up with England scoring like, 5 centuries in one game? Like, come on. 500 runs a day. Is this T20? Like, come on, man. Is it a T20 test match? But yeah, man, I must feel it for the Ghanaians from 2010, and I'm happy. I'm happy. You know, Mike said, once Suarez did that racist incident, I lost all respect for him. A brilliant footballer, but horrible person. Indeed, man. He's not a nice person, you know. And there's people who are not nice, but they're talented. You see? But we're not going to get into that, man. Big up to Paul. Big up to Yoshi. Big up to my Japanese, Chinese, whatever you are, Korean friend here. Brilliant beaches. Big up to you as well. Guys, Uruguay 2, Ghana 0, Georgian de Arrascaeta. What a name, man. This name is so hard to say. Arrascaeta. Georgian de Arrascaeta. Anyways, I give up. But he scored twice. Those are Uruguay's first goals of the World Cup. So give it up to him. Give it up to him. He's a pretty good player, though. I like him. But then again, the manager switching up the team. Godin, this is a big game. Godin didn't play. You know what I'm saying? When Pelistri was supposed to play the last game, he didn't play him. So Diego Alonso flip-flopped a bit in this World Cup, though, you know? But I think he will hold his job because he's the one that helped them get to the World Cup in the first place. So I don't think he'll get the sack or anything. So, yeah. You know, so let's see how that goes. Let's see who holds their job after the World Cup because there will be sackings. There will be new hires as well. So, look, this is how the group ends. Portugal on top with 6 points, 2 wins and a loss. Big up to South Korea for sneaking in with a Hwang Hee-chan goal set up by Heung-min Son. And those goals from Cho Gu-young in the last game against Ghana, very, very important. So that's why even if you're losing, it's important that you don't concede too many goals and you keep on trying to score and you keep the yellow cards down because they could come in handy later. And South Korea could definitely vouch for that. Uruguay and Ghana are out. And in terms of the table right now, the bracket, this is what the bracket looks like, guys. You go over to our Bowler VIP website, and this is the bracket so far. We only have 2 more teams to fill up the bracket, where most likely Brazil would go over there to play South Korea, and the winner would face Japan or Croatia. What if, just what if, we have a situation where it's Korea versus Japan? Oh my God. Yo, that will be sick. When I tell you that will be sick, that will be one of the sickest derbies ever at the World Cup. South Korea versus Japan. Oh my, that will be one helter-skelter open game of football, man. Jeez.
Guys, do you have a feeling? I can't listen. Do you have a feeling that one of Japan or South Korea coming out of one of those ties? Do you have that feeling that one of Japan or South Korea are coming out of that one of those ties? Big up to Mr. Manchester. Big up to everybody in the house, man. Big up to each and every one of the members, all of the diehard fans. Big up to you guys, man. You guys are the real deal. You know, big up to everybody who supported the thing throughout the World Cup so far. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, that could happen, bro. Japan will beat Korea. That could happen, bro. I'm telling you. That could happen. But you cannot write off Croatia. Croatia not a team to write off. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been good. They've been good. But as I said, you hear what I have to say when I drop my preview. One of those teams, one of them are coming out of one of those ties. And in the other tie, we could see one of the USA or Australia getting out as well. Ooh, that would spice up the World Cup. That would spice it up. I'm telling you, that would spice it up. We go over to the other side. Best believe we're going to have some sort of upset because, look, England, France, Spain, and Portugal are not coming through. Not all of them. All of them are not getting out. We're not going to see England, France, Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Croatia, Argentina, and Netherlands move into the quarters. That is not happening. That won't happen. Big up to Vito. How are you, man? That is not happening. This World Cup has more drama to unfold and unleash on us. And I'm ready. I'm ready to take it all in. I'm ready to take it all in. You see what I mean? Ready to take it in. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. As the great Wayne Wonder said, bring it on, bring it on. Keep it coming. Listen. And also, yesterday, I forgot to big up to Stephanie Frappart, the first female ref to officiate a men's World Cup match. Big up to Stephanie Frappart, man. And also, I like to big up to Antonio Silva for becoming the only teenager to start a match for Portugal at the World Cup. You know, you got to read the insights and things like that, guys, or you'll miss very, very good information. You will. But, guys, I'm going to settle down before the games that start in about 15 minutes. Before we go, let's take a look at those lineups, right? Let's take a look at the lineups. Let's land the plane. We had more drama today. South Korea basically knocked Uruguay out the World Cup because they drew against them, and it will be South Korea and Portugal going through. Serbia, Switzerland. What does the lineups look like right about now? All right, lineups. Milinkovic, Savic in goal. Milinkovic, Vjelkovic, Pavlovic, my boy Strahinja, Zivkovic, who's been one of their best players, Sergej, Milinkovic-Savic, Sasha Lukic makes the cut, Filip Kostic, Dusan, oh, the boy Dragan, listen, the boy Dragan unleashed Vlahovic and Mitrovic at the same time. I think Dragan Stojkovic was actually playing for Yugoslavia at the 1998 World Cup, you know. That name just rings from 1998, Yugoslavian team. And guys, if you never watched the Yugoslavian football team, man, I don't know. you know, I actually watched the Yugoslavian football team before. So, yeah, you know, I've been around a long time. So, look. Switzerland, Braille Embol. Oh, Shaqiri gets brought back in. Shaqiri makes the cut. Ruben Vargas, Djibril Sow. I think Sow is like the weak point in this team. They should have dropped Sow for this game. He does absolutely nothing. Granit Xhaka and Remo Freuler. Vidme Akanji. Shaw comes in for Elvedi. Interesting. Shaw actually played the game in 2018 as well. And Ricardo Rodriguez. Cope? What? Summer is injured. Okay. This is interesting. This is an interesting turn because we know how good Summer But Kobel is also very good. But damn, we could have a twist here. We could have a twist. Wow. Yeah, Mike. Yugoslavia 1998 World Cup, bro. You know, still. What if Yugoslavia never fell apart? Boy, that football team would have been a powerhouse, man. And you never know. Usually when you have football teams like that, you usually have them favoring, let's say, the Serbians or the Croatians, and then the Montenegrins not getting in, or the people from Macedonia not getting in, But yeah, big up to Paul H. I did watch Robert Prozanecki at the 1998 World Cup for Croatia. He was one of their better players as well. And yep, definitely played for Yugoslavia before. Davor Šuker also played for Yugoslavia before. He was at the World Cup with Yugoslavia, I think in 1990, but he didn't get a game, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of those players did play for Yugoslavia before, but they just then went on to play for Croatia and then the other countries that formed after the breakup. So an interesting turn of events there. I think that'll make for a very good episode of World Cup Digest with my boy Football Pharaoh, where we just look back at, the history of those former Yugoslavian teams and all of that stuff, man. Yeah, very, very great players. Boban, you know what I'm saying? Who's Slaven Bilic, all these guys, man. So, guys, you only saw Serbia and Montenegro, man. I saw all the changes, man. I saw all the changes. So, guys, let's take a look at the other lineup. The other lineup before I forget. You're a little distracted there going down memory lane. And for that game, let me see. Brazil, Cameroon. All right. Brazil, Cameroon, Ipasi in goal, Collins Fai, Mr. Wu, Ibosi, Nuhu Tolo. So there's been changes. No Castelletto at the back. Okay. Anguissa, Malankunde, Brian Mbuemo, Choupo-Moting. They finally start Mumi Gamelo. Finally. Vincent Abubakar in. No Carl Toko Ikambi from the start as well. Gamelo comes in for Ikambi, I think. And, the other change there, Castelletto, who scored a goal. Gabriel, okay. So there's been household changes by Brazil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fred keeps his place. Telles, 6. Bremer, 7. Militao keeps his place. Dani Alves comes in, makes 8. And Edison, 9 changes by Brazil. As predicted. And I knew most of these players will get a run out. The other players that might actually get a run out here, I really hope that, okay, let me see. I really hope maybe sometime in the second half, Weverton could get a little run out in goal. And Everton, Ribeiro, and Pedro Gimarel could also get a run out in this game. Bruno Guimaraes as well, some more game time. Rigobert Song coming up against Tite in this must-win clash for the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, coming up against La Canarinha or La Seleção of Brazil. Guys, this World Cup is sweet. Listen, let's see. Brazil are there for the taking. Cameroon, if they win it and they do it convincingly enough, they could actually get into the round of 16. Let's take a look at the stats really quick. For Cameroon, what do they need? For Cameroon, they need to beat Brazil and hope that Serbia beats Switzerland by a small margin. That's it. That is it. Just beat Brazil and just hope for a freaking small margin or a draw between Switzerland and Serbia, because a draw would then put Cameroon up level. Cameroon has more goals scored. I don't think head-to-head is a separator, right? Head-to-head is not a separator, right, guys? Because I don't think that's one of the separator. Let me see something. World Cup groups separator. Let me see. Tiebreakers. Yeah, tiebreakers. Let me see something. All right. The greatest number of points obtained in group matches. Then superior goal difference in all groups. Okay, so head-to-head is not. Head-to-head doesn't matter. Okay? So all Cameroon needs to do is to win the game by any margin and hope that Switzerland and Serbia play to a draw. Guys, do we have any more twists and any more terms? No, head-to-head is not one. Head-to-head is not one. I just took a look at it right now. It's not one. It is not one. I am on FIFA.com right now, and it's not one. It's A, greatest number of points. B, superior goal difference in all group matches. C, greatest number of goals. And if you guys want a little evidence right there, the games are coming up pretty soon, so I got to run out of here. But if you guys want a little evidence just to land the plane, this is the evidence right here, right there. Step two then, step two. If two or more teams in the same group are equal on the basis of the above three criteria, their rankings will be determined by greatest number of points obtained in the group matches between the teams concerned. So then is when head-to-head comes in. Head-to-head is involved, but it's only in step two, right? Only in step two. Right now, with Cameroon, step two won't come into play if they actually have a superior goal difference or more goals scored than Switzerland. And we know they would have more goals scored than Switzerland. You see? But guys, it's been real. It was a fun live stream. It'll be nice to go back and watch it to see how it came out from me being in the car and coming into the house. Did I even lock my house door? But anyways, coming into the house and then coming downstairs, switching it up. I won't be doing a watch along. Too many people are doing them. And, you know, I hate being live and having 5 people in my live stream, man. So I'd rather not do the watch along right now. You know, I saved the watch alongs for a more niche tournament like the Gold Cup or maybe even like the Euros or the Asian Cup, something, but not the World Cup, man. Too many people bandwagon the World Cup, and I absolutely hate it. So, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Congrats to South Korea and Portugal for moving on. Hard luck to Uruguay, but it's karma. Karma in that ass, baby. And Ghana, you know, sad that they went out. But guys, it's your boy Dom. I got a lot of work to do still. I have to make the previews and drop them for the matches tomorrow. I am not looking forward to doing it because it's more work and I haven't got a chance to rest. But I'll get it done. I think according to how the games go, I won't go live right away. I'll do the previews first and then go live and then go do some things, drop the previews and then have the rest of the night to do what I have to do. It could be an early finish tonight. So guys, thanks a lot for tuning in to yet another one. I'm your boy, Dominic Rich. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, peace out. Rich? What? Peace.